I had to get away from the village to work on it in peace. If anyone found out about it, it'd be bad news. Pretty cool. I'm surprised you're smart enough to do all this with those nerdy goggles squeezing your brain. It's from a lifetime of learning. It'll take a lot longer to make more complicated things. It's no wonder the men just use the Amber Throne to do it for them. Saves a lot of headache. It's easy to dream of something. Anyone can do that. But you have to do it yourself sooner or later. That's the only way to get somewhere. That's it? That's a big life direction for something so simple. It's not like I wanted out or anything. Everyone knew Goldwood was the best place in the world to stay. But everyone tells you what's best for you without you ever knowing. If you spend your life listening to them, you'll end up thinking like them. Guess that's why you stopped listening to my insults. What? Nothing. Let's get out of here. Arra, the Red Kingdom taught themselves how to build airships too, right? Something strange though, almost like they were taught how to. Harpscourt said he had no interest in the Amber Throne, so who else would have motivated them? Okay, here we are back in the Amber Throne. Where we last left off, we went around doing some side quests that I kind of skimmed over in the past, and we are up to speed. So from here, we can only go forward as far as I know, and in order to do so, we have to go to the Sky Castle to bring the Red Kingdom under our, well, not necessarily our control, but to kind of neutralize them. So here we go. So we have our scenes of the Sky Whales and the Auroch. Axis' castle cannot rest forever. I advise finding the captain of these ships and bringing him to reason. We'd prefer avoiding bloodshed after all. So these guys do various things. I think one's a shop. One of these is a shop. Yeah. So you can buy your consumable items if need be. You can see the various quantities I have of the different stuff. You'll need some of the greater mending sprays for the fight here. Speaking of which, I'm actually going to go ahead and pick up a few extras. In the upcoming fight, Nuo is going to be our healer because there's just massive AoE damage. Here's our first fight. These birds are nothing to Ogshire's fleet. Due to the bottleneck here, I don't think that fight can be avoided. The one right here can be, though. Depending on how they move, that fight is avoidable, and unfortunately the enemies there can easily do 1,500 a round. And since Nuo's speed is absolute crap, it's very easy for someone to get dropped. Namely, that crappy speed stat is what I'm worried about in this upcoming fight. Take it easy, lady. I just work here. Thanks. Wasn't easy getting this close. Is there anything you need? So this is your last chance to buy items, and I'm going to replace the ones that I've pretty much just used. You don't even have to go up this far if you don't want to, because you have to just jump up and to the right. The fight up here is avoidable. It's pretty easy to do so, as you only need to come up here if you need items. And here's our boss fight. You think you've threatened us? You'll have a hard time pressing anything from I or Captain Ogshire. Don't be ruffled, knight. A fair girl in blue, just as the one shot down by the once Rananam. You went and got some help then. Rananam and Hasuma didn't stop you. Take your ships and leave. It's confusing that such a vile bird could direct an army. When the throne is accounted for, the Red Kingdom has much to answer for. Then it shall be me who answers for the time being. So this is his move, the captain's. He has the ships around open fire. So this is the ship to the right where it's going to fire the deck guns here. Don't damage the ship too much. Check out the damage. 700 each. If you can get the net on him, it's a little bit easier because now you can pick off the one guy while he's subdued. Now you have your choices. You can either just heal immediately with whoever. I'm going to actually have Nuo do it since Auchire is a little tied up. Just scrolling through the turns till I can pop a mending spray. And I want him to do it because he heals for more. And he has been... Auchire is now freed from the trap, so we have to take him down. See, this is the left ship. You have the deck gunners that are going to shoot at you. So instead of it being one chunk damage, it's just random, and you can see how badly they can hurt someone. Going to pop Horizon here just to try to slow him down. Actually, I'd rather play it safe and heal rather than try to ignite him. But we're going to use the Heart Drain move. Sadly for the bandage, he's fast enough to where he's actually healing more than Propel alone damages. But the other thing is we are stopping him from getting any big attacks off. And there's our burn. And at long freaking last, Arra's turn finally comes around, so I can get some actual damage on him. Your birds don't frighten me. Yeah, I think I'm using the lightning gun, so it doesn't count as a pierce. And you can see his ridiculous speed stat. I should point out Arra has a pierce move too that I could use to wound if need be. It's just I didn't really pay attention to Nuo's abilities other than just trying to ignite and AoE stuff into the ground. Of course the Ark want the throne gone. It doesn't benefit them. We are going to wound him once more. And I'll show Leviathan's Tongue the pierce move. Since the burn is going to time out, I need to try to renew it, which looks like it failed. Maybe it didn't. This will not be worth it. The paralysis status effect is one of the things that kind of makes him dangerous. Since, depending on who he gets, it really will cause problems. You can see right there, 1,000 damage. Right now I'm just trying to keep him in that loop so he can't take advantage of the paralysis on Nuo to just deck gun someone to death. Leviathan's Tongue. You're all tools of the self-righteous. And there we go. So, not too bad, but annoying. And we also got impaling ammo. Not sure what that is. Oh, aren't you making a mess of things? Sehr, we must return immediately. Dark days are brought on us, wonderful warriors. A vibrant flame dances north. The Sehr raise everything. You'll surely find there's not much left to govern after all. I bid you adieu, vile ones. They're getting off easy. We shouldn't fuss with them. As long as the Arra remain here, their willingness to return will be shaken. Besides, I don't think this will be the last we'll see of them. So you have two options here. You can either go into the castle, or we can go back. Of course I'm not scared. Oh, you didn't ask that. You can't talk. I mean, no offense. The Ark have got Hasima's ship ready to bust through. I'm the only one here who knows how to fly it. Give me the command when you're all set. So here you can choose Sky Cloud to go into the dungeon, or Flight Map to go back to the screen we started on. There is still a piece of home to find, even though I already have the password, as you may have seen. And we are now able to go ahead and recruit our fifth and final party member, which we'll be doing momentarily. If you're wondering why I came here, it's because I just wanted to heal up for the upcoming fights. We already got the dream sequence something like 2 or 3 videos ago. And now we can go to the Red Kingdom. So the last time we were here was at the beginning of the game, and things have changed somewhat. Can I actually notice the plumes of black smoke? I'd say overall it's an improvement, but to each their own. The Sehr. Evelyn will save us, won't she? What's happening? Lizards don't belong in our city. The guard said we were safe. Watchires return from the sky. The lizards will take the castle now. With any luck, they will. Keep the kingdom as money with its people. Who's worried about money? We may never see a nugget again after today. And yeah, all of them are linked together. If the lizards have cash, they ought to be our new kings. Stay back. You'll be safe behind the line. I'm ready. Those lizards won't push us back any further. We don't have to push up yet, do we? It could not have lasted, could it? We lay ahead for too long, and the Sehr edge ever closer. Now they arrive at our doorstep uninvited. Violent ones. You can't simply watch as humanity's demeanor is torn apart. I won't have the Sehr catching up to us and grasping the throne for themselves. What are you doing out here? Hurry, get to the west side of town where it's safe. And as you may have guessed, we have to kill the one Sehr guy. You will die. Now, I don't know how many of those things there are to face. This is where I stopped playing before coming back later to record. We already got that. It's been so long since I've been here, I don't really remember what's what, and sadly the place didn't really make a memorable impact to me. just seems out of place. I don't know. And here we go. It's over, human. The walls of the east are falling. This day need not be so dark. You wouldn't want what little you've grown to wither, would you? What is Arra doing here, Oddshire? The fleet was signaled, not mercenaries. You haven't gone and paid her, have you? A carefree woman, even at death's door. I know what I'm doing. It's unfortunate that your emperor does not. You've been the ones throwing yourselves at our door for months. And here you finally are. Better late than never, I suppose. The remnants of man's world have truly fallen, relying on Westerners to fight your battles. See the frailty of pigs, brothers, the weakness of their meat, the soft centers of their spirits. I'll leave her head in your little castle when I'm through with her. Perhaps. This is a tad annoying. And I pushed the wrong thing. So I'm just gonna pop a net shot and see if I can... Okay, one is kind of out of it. They resist pretty much everything initially. We need Arra to use Skybreaker to drop their shield, just like at the very beginning of the game, I think. And I don't know what their particular weakness is. It's just once the shield is down, you can kind of do whatever. Going to work on the weakened one, and yeah, this is just where the agility gets a little crazy. The turn order is highly unreliable. As you can see, they got 3 turns in a row, even though it looked like they'd only get 2. And if not for Arra slipping a turn in there, they would have gotten even more than that. Another time then, pig? Our departure will be short-lived. And when we do return, it will not be long before I'm joined by another oracle. You have battled with us for years, but your grasp weakens with every passing month. It will not be long before we are here to stay. Fate will choose you. You're both still alive? We're no more inches to spare the lizard. We've no more inches to spare the lizards? What the hell is that move? Oh. Yeah, not yielding any more land. We've no more inches to spare the lizards. Their factories will sprawl across the desert to us. Harpsichord. You stubborn old man. These old bones, so good as branches. You're going to be fine. The throne will end all of this. So you've said. Wait, you're just letting him get away? As you said, another day. You've all done well, however. We didn't do it for you. In truth, had you not stopped him, I doubt I could have. If we'd sent one of the Emperor's sons back dead, we'd have more severe problems. And that damn dog better shut up. I hope you realize neither of us will reach the throne when the Sehr become involved. Harpsichord. I told our ships not to return. I could not allow our leader to fall. You called Oddshire back. Harpsichord. If she is one of Axis's children, it is possible my death is meaningless. Impossible. Axis was a fool in the face of our new order. I wish that were true. You gave him too little credit. Truthfully, I am worried. Without the Fefniron's help, stopping the Sehr will be much harder. I've never heard you doubt yourself. Right. They helped us get this far. Weeds must be removed eventually. And try to rest for once, you oaf. You can't push yourself like you used to. Evelyn. What is it? To stop the world from withering. Axis said the same thing. What do you mean? If what happened to Axis's kingdom occurs to ours, the monarchy must be overthrown. I understand your worry. I understand everything. The throne will be taken this last time. That is the phase of its maturity, remember? Axis is only a part. Look, Arra. Do you like it? What's it for? Whoever places the white crown upon their heads will become the princess of this palace. It will welcome her with open arms. When I am gone, it will pass to you. The castle will become yours. The angels will protect you. What about the other one? The other will remove its bearer's voice. Who's it for? Me. There are some things that cannot be said and must not be remembered if our kingdom is to reign. I don't want any crowns. You don't? It's too much responsibility. You're afraid of that? So we didn't have to go out of our way for the dream sequence here. That you, Arra? I knew it'd end up like this. You won't be able to stop Evelyn. She captures the hearts of others and uses them to succeed. Why tell you? My father was one of the rebels. I was younger then, but I picked up on many things. If you're one of Axis's kin, you'd know of his relics. One of the ancient throne-cutting blades was among them. Evelyn speaks of it often. Someone got a hold of it and wielded it against him. Were it not for them, the rebels may have never won. The mortal wound it dealt to Axis what forced him to retreat to the sky. Arra, the old rebel's cause is long forgotten. We hated the throne. Axis tried to convince us that we needed it. None of us cared. We just wanted our kingdom back. Now it's all coming back to us. We fought so hard for is fading away. Evelyn has ulterior motives, yet we followed her blindly. But between the Fefniron, her, and the Sehr Emperor, we both know which is the lesser evil. There is truth in history, Arra. While many see it as ignorant, there is wisdom there. I'm certain even Axis had a good reason for what he did. I won't lift a finger against our kingdom, but I will do anything to keep it alive. Perhaps our views don't align, but one day we may find common ground. We'll speak again then. You may rest here if you wish. They only sell potions. A stable? I cannot stay long, but I'm glad you came back, Arra. To witness what this world can become, without the king's lust for violence, without the sage's spiritual misguidance. This is the birth of a pure age. You're taking part in history, and I'm excited to have you with us. We're not on your side, and we're definitely not going to sit and watch you boss everyone around. No one is being bossed around. This is what our people have all fought so long for. Perhaps there were once schisms, preventing us from seeing our fates, but our people's eyes are open. Don't you walk away while I'm yelling at you. Where do you think you're going anyway? Urra, then to Axis's kingdom. Axis fought for years against the Sehr. If there is something that can defeat them, it is there. We must stay ahead of the Sehr if our fate is to pass. We let them keep digging into our land, it will be much more challenging. This is best for them as well. Even if they cannot see it, it is best for all of us. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all you've done. But for now, allow me to finish our work. She acts like some kind of saint. It makes me sick. She won't attempt to reach the throne with the Arra guarding it. I can't say the same for the Sehr, however. They'll bite the moment they get the chance regardless of what we do. So she's telling the truth? Indeed. Arra, I don't know of anything useful in X's kingdom. The place is a veritable hell. Whatever could have helped, it must have been useless to the Sehr, lest they'd have taken it by now. Evelyn is not being honest with us. It is done. We believed in Miss Evelyn, now we cannot lose. The sages are dethroned. We're saved. I only recall killing 2 sages. Ancient people built this kingdom as a salvation from the world. A cruel, violent land, one they sought to escape, fleeing to its walls to part with their suffering, knowing the throne was their only escape. For beneath its eyes, between those fair or poor, we're all equal beneath it, as the stars will soon rest gently with the world. I will never leave you. Okay, so... war, have you heard? We're off to war. Evelyn's going to conquer the Sehr once and for all. See, I told you. It took the king and those white bullies getting out of the monarchy for us to get anything done. Oh, now you say that. You wouldn't have been praising Evelyn before. Evelyn, should she not have taken leadership before the sages? We can't trust those false prophets with the throne over her. And I want to get to the world map before putting a break in the video. So we're back in the Red Desert. Hey, what are you doing here? We kicked your oracle out. You lizards should have hit the road by now. Your princess is sailing her fish straight into a net. She's not our princess. It's surprising your attitude hasn't seen your tongue ripped out. Whatever, I just came by to laugh at the damage the oracle brought on your kingdom. Not our kingdom either, pal. We ought to spill your guts across this desert. Big talk for such a small pig, but the oracle's guts are the ones you're after. Fat chance, who cares about that tree hugger? We're trying to get to the throne. Huh, you and whose army? The Empire could easily smash through even the Red Kingdom's barricade, let alone the birds. Once the Sehr Emperor's ship is complete, nobody else will be reaching the throne. You're better off not troubling yourselves. His ship. That's what the Sehr were enlisting slave labor for in the north? It doesn't matter. You're a waste of time, you know. I've got business to settle with the Oracle. Once your aspirations are realistic, maybe you'll stick your blades where they belong, instead of pointing them at every lizard you see. So I think that's the 5th and final character. Guess he's not with those red Sehr, huh? There's a golden snake on his outfit instead of a blue bar. The Sehr of the Western world are not with those of the East. We don't see the West much, they keep to themselves. Though I wonder, what would have brought him here? Before we couldn't access this area because the gunners were guarding it, but we should be able to walk through the desert now. One more scene. Yeah. So now we are able to explore the final piece of home will be up for grabs, and we can move closer and closer to the finish. So you can see my levels there. I am going to go ahead and drop a save here. And that's it for now. So next time we will be heading straight into the fire from the frying pan. Until then, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.